All right, so these are all the pieces that you need for the dagger and the scabbard for the dagger. I'm going to put the pieces for the scabbard over here, and these pieces eventually are going to fit on the dagger, just like this. And then this is going to go on the other side, like that. I'm going to put these decorations over here for the moment, and then I'm going to focus on just putting the dagger together. So first off, I'm going to crush the edge of the dagger right here and the handle. I can pinch it with my fingers, but I'm going to use the edge of a Sharpie. I think I might just crush, yeah, this inner portion mostly. I could crush this a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to flex this crease. This is a score. It's going to help make this dagger follow this curved shape here. And this is going to help hold the bamboo, and it's also going to give the dagger its shape. Now, I'm going to take the bamboo. I'm going to see what side is a little smaller. I think it's this side. I'm going to put that up towards the front. If there's a little bit of a curve, I'm going to try and make that work for the position that I want to put this in. I want to keep this a little in from the edge. I don't want to put this all the way to the front, because when I'm trying to put the cardboard on, it's not going to allow me to make a nice cardboard to cardboard connection. Okay, so I want this to sit a little in from the front. I want this to try to be in the center of the cardboard, but also as close to the tip as I can get it. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to tape the bamboo against one side of the dagger shape so that it doesn't want to shift around inside here. If the bamboo shifts around, it could really mess with the rigidity and the strength of the dagger. Okay, there we go. All right, that's going to be a nice dagger. So I put tape on one side, okay, and I'm going to line up the two pieces, and then I'm going to pinch this and fold that over so it's a nice sharp edge right there, okay? And then I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Pinch it and fold it over. Okay. So I'm going to tape along the edge of the blade and the handle as well, pinching and folding the tape over. The handle is going to be trickier because it's always going to be thinner than the blade. It's going to mean that you're going to have to put more pressure on the edges of the cardboard to fold it around and have it be a nice edge. Okay. Now, as I get to this curve, I'm going to want to use thinner pieces of tape. So I'll just start tearing the tape in half, because if you use a thicker piece, while it takes less time, it's going to have more wrinkles. You're going to notice that this is starting to pull away. I might add some tape along there. Pinch that. This is going to be tricky because there are a lot of small shapes in this handle. So you're really going to have to tear the tape pretty small. This is an expert level dagger, okay? You're going to want to take your time assembling this. So I've got the basic foundation. Now I'm going to start adding the decorations. I'm going to start with this bottom piece. This is the larger one. I might kind of twist it a bit because this twists right here. Then I'm going to put this piece on top of there. Okay. So I've got this large piece and then this other piece on top of there, which adds that extra level of layerage. I really want to push the tape right into the angles so that everything is really well defined. And you know, you could crunch this down if you want to. I kind of like the way that it is. It is going to get a little more subtle as you paper mache it. It'll be a little more blurred kind of, but that's okay. It's good to just start out crisp. All right, I'm going to do the other side. Okay. All right, so I would recommend going around and adding more tape to the edges here and really sealing it, because if you're going to mache it, then the mache is going to get into that fluting and it's going to make it really soggy. If you're not going to mache it, I would recommend taping it up and really making it a solid piece, because if you're using it in battle, it's going to eventually degrade if it's not taped or mached. Cool. Okay, now let's make the scabbard for this. That is going to look like this. It's going to have a belt loop. That's this piece. And then this is the foundation for the scabbard, front and back. This piece goes here. This goes here, and then, whatever. And then that piece goes here. Cool. Let's start by creasing the main structure. You really want to work the cardboard. Crunch it. If it does tear at some of the edges, that's okay. You've got tape. All right. Looks good. I'm going to do that with this side. Okay. That's going to go like that. So first things first, I'm going to want to crush the edges so that it's a nice connection. Okay. Flex it again. And then you're going to want to put some tape there. So I would recommend, starting on this edge, put some tape up at the top here. Then line up your scabbard. You want to flex it so it's in this kind of like bowed shape. And then as you're flexing it, wrap the tape over the edge. Okay? And you want to do that to the other side. You want to keep it flexed. As you connect the edges and wrap the tape over. Let's test it out so far. All right, pretty good. It's gonna wanna be kind of loose because when you paper mache it, it's going to squeeze the scabbard and it's also going to add bulk to the blade. You can always add more material on either side or into, you know, the scabbard so that this will fit more snugly after it's paper mached, but I recommend just, you know, keeping on the side of a loose scabbard until you've paper mached it. Okay. Great. Okay, now I'm going to add these decorations. So I've crunched that, formed it so that it fits nicely over that surface. Now I'm going to add this piece. This is going to go on top. And this, I'm building this as if it's going to be on my left hip. Okay. If I wanted this on my right hip, and I draw it like that, then I'd probably put the decorations on the other side and the belt loop on this side. I want to keep this part open right there and right there. I don't want to put tape around that, okay? All right, so that's pretty loose. It does stay in there pretty well. I think that should be okay when mached. I'm going to add this piece, like it's a droplet. And now I'm ready for the belt loop. Okay, so it's going to sit like this. I'm going to fold that over, and it's going to attach onto there. I'm going to pre-crunch this. And before I tape this together, I'm going to add some tape onto there and reinforce it. And then I'm going to fold the tape over. Alrighty. Now, you want to fold it down to here. There's a little cut right there. You can fold this cardboard down to there. Oh yeah, you're going to want to crunch this edge first before you fold it over. There's a little cut right there. You can fold it right down to that cut and then tape this on there. That looks pretty good. Now, you're going to want to crease this just like that so that this matches the curve of the scabbard. Put that about there and then tape it on. You want to make sure that the handle and the belt loop don't hit into each other too. All right, feels pretty solid. Nice job.